Hello. We are live with the Seen and Unstoppable Masterclass, Module 1. I am feeling exhilarated to have this conversation with y'all. I am feeling so excited for what we're going to create together and the expansion that's going to happen. There is magic in the air. There is infinite possibility available to you in this moment that you get to claim, that you get to choose, that you get to have as your own. So as you are jumping on, tell me hello. Tell me where you are watching from. Tell me if you're feeling excited and ready for a breakthrough. And I want to know whether you're with me live in real time and if you're with me on instant access. So we are going to have a lot of fun. We are going to have a lot of fun. We are going to create breakthroughs, and we are going to tap into the frequency of being seen in a new way. Gaia, hello. Gasia, hello. I know many of you are jumping on, and I'm so excited. Catherine, Bree, hello. Anita, hello. Yes, Marcia, real time. Lee's in the house, amazing. Perfect, perfect. Yes, thank you for inviting friends that would love this conversation. I love that. So, we are going to create an opportunity. Katie, Diana, Sarah. We are going to create an opportunity. Christine's ready for a big breakthrough. Amazing. Just love seeing all of you come on. And here is the thing. You get to choose the breakthrough in this exact moment if you're ready for it. And it is up to you to choose it. There is going to be an opportunity for you to be seen in a new way inside of this masterclass for those of you that play full out. And I'm going to be explaining more at the end of this module. So who here is ready to play full out? Who here is ready to say, I'm going to let go of whatever fear has been holding me back. I'm going to let go of the voice of doubt. I'm going to let go of anything that has been in between me and me coming into alignment with my unique soul blueprint. Anything that has been between me and me activating that next level of magnetism that's going to call in my dream clients. I'm going to walk as the natural born leader that I am. And that is the frequency that you're ready to hold. If that is you, say me, 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 claim it. And just know that I have some exciting surprises for you inside of this masterclass. And there's going to be opportunities where you get to share your genius and you get to be seen in a new way. And you might have your ideal clients right here in this room. And so what we're going to do is we're going to begin to create a quantum leap. We're going to activate the beginning of a quantum leap inside of this masterclass for you and for me, because I'm in the room for the breakthrough as well. And so what we're going to begin to do is we're going to begin to play with the energetics of being seen and being unstoppable. We're going to play with the tangible of being seen and being unstoppable. And we're going to do this in real time. And we're going to have a lot of fun doing it. And so I am so excited. And, you know, the idea here is that you're seen, that you're unstoppable, that you're quantum leaping your levels of abundance, and you're making money through the work of your soul, through your life's calling. You're making money on your terms in a way that feels good, and you're doing work that you love. If that is your vibe, drop me some emojis and let me know. Because I can tell you right now that I had no idea. A decade ago when I started this, I had no idea what I was going to be able to create. And it's everything that you could ever imagine. Now, there are a lot of people that want to give a TEDx talk, that want to be an industry leader, that want to speak on corporate stages, that desire to quantum leap their money, to have 3x, 4x, 5x, 10x the amount of money that they're making. And there's a lot of people that have these desires, but there are not a lot of people that are willing to do what it takes to create the results. And the honest truth is the difference between the person that's willing to do what it takes, and the difference between the person that's not is that much. And so for those of you that are ready, this is a quantum shift for you. We are going to open the door on quantum moments. And a quantum moment is when you have a line in the sand and everything changes and you remember your power and you see your power in a new way than you ever have before. Because there's always a next level and there's always a next layer. And I am opening the door for that for me too. And so there is a frequency around being seen. And I want to understand, I want to get to know more of you. I want to connect with more of you. How do you love to be seen? What is your dream way of being seen? So tell me, get this chat popping. How do you want to be seen? Do you want to be seen by your dream ideal clients all the time? Do you want to be seen on your Instagram account? Do you want to be seen in your Facebook account? Do you want to be seen in your TikTok account? Do you want to be seen on your website? Do you want to be seen on LinkedIn? Do you want to be seen as you're walking across the stage? Do you want to be seen as you're walking in the grocery store? Do you want to be seen as you're walking in the rooms of other retreats that you come into to expand your soul? What is the desire? I want to hear from you. I want you to claim it right now. Because part of the manifesting formula is having an unwavering intention and crystal clear clarity on your vision. And so we're going to go ahead and create a rewiring and a reprogramming right now. Good. Yes. Dream ideal and aligned clients, Insta, on stage, and retreats. Ideal clients wherever I go. I want to be broadcasting. I want to be seen in all areas of my life. Keep it coming. I need to be seen more in my little weekly videos. Would love more engagement. Must get better at this. I want to be seen on stage and on retreats, groups, online, in person. I want to share my story. I want to help others through whatever they're going through. I want to be seen on my website and on Instagram and on stage. On stage first, social media second. I want to align my badassery with my unique soul blueprint. Workshops and retreats. Yes! Doesn't it just feel good to start claiming it and owning it? And there is a channel, an energetic portal. When you're in my world, I will help you to remember your power. We are opening up an energetic portal together. That's what's happening in this masterclass, and you get to be a part of it. And for those of you with me in real time, we're doing it together. And for those of you watching on instant access, you're getting to plug into the energetics of it too. Here we go. Now, I want to talk about the difference of the frequency of being seen on stage, of being seen in person, of being seen wherever you are, and being seen on the internet. Because they both matter. I wish, oh my gosh, I wish I would have understood this and that I would have grasped this when I was first starting my business, because I did not understand social media. In fact, I followed the rules of what people told me I needed to do. And to this day, I regret the way I started building my business on social media because I didn't understand. But something that I got right was the in-person piece. And I got that right very quickly. And the reason I got that right is because my soul was calling me to share, to speak my story, to speak on stage. Who here wants to be seen, wants to share their story in a new way, wants to speak on stages? Claim it right now. And so there's a frequency to being seen offline that also translates to being seen online. And so I just want to share with you a little bit about my story and how I created a quantum leap inside of activating alignment with my unique soul blueprint, both offline and on the internet, because it matters. Good. Love seeing all of these, what's the word? You're claiming it. That's what I was trying to say. So 2014, when I had a vision, and you need a vision. That's why I want you claiming what you desire. You need a vision in order to create a quantum leap. In order to be seen and unstoppable, you need to be able to create quantum leaps in your business. And this is part of my genius and what I'm very good at helping you do. So somebody is ringing my doorbell. I'm going to ignore them. What I want to share with you today is how you can begin to create quantum leaps and what it is that you need to do in order to do that. And so when I had a vision, having a vision is the first part of it, and not a vision that feels doable or that feels predictable. So for those of you, I've got the Adams actualization activation here. and I don't want it to fall, so I'm not going to pull it up. But for those of you that know the Adams actualization activation, that bottom alignment arrow, the field of what's realistic and what's predictable, I don't like those words at all, because I don't like to live what's realistic or what's predictable. It's boring, it's capped, it's contracted. And if you're thinking that your vision is what feels realistic or what's predictable, then the results that you're going to get are not going to be unstoppable. They're going to be very flat. And so I want you thinking of vision. What is the vision that you're desiring? How grandiose, and not a vision from your mind, a vision from your heart, a vision from your unique soul blueprint. Okay? So don't let your reality get in the way, absolutely, of your reality. Exactly. Because we quantum leap realities. It's Susanna Adams Inc. and in my world and with my clients, and we do it over and over again. And you're here. You're right here with us, and we're all going to do it together. So when I think about my first vision of really sharing my voice, of really beginning to gather leaders, I had that vision very early on. And I had my first retreat in Sedona, Arizona that I co-hosted. And this was right out of the gates. And there were 11 people in the room. And at the time, it felt like I felt solid with that. And it felt amazing and exciting. And shortly after I hosted my first retreat, I got a phone call from Hay House. Y'all, this is 1 year into my career, and I got a phone call from Hay House inviting me to be a speaker at the Hay House World Summit next to 26 New York Times bestselling authors and me. And I remember thinking like, what? Oh my gosh. I was doing cartwheels. I was so excited. I was like, what? Like, it was literally like Deepak Chopra, anchors from the Today Show, Gabby Bernstein, like all of these New York Times bestselling authors I had been studying, and like little old me, like that no one knew who I was. And I was able to be seen in a new way. I was able to see my power in a new way, but I saw my power first. I saw my power first, and then other people began to see it. And so after that quantum leap, it catapulted me. And it catapulted me because I said, if I can manifest Hay House, that Hay House is going to call me and put me on their stage, then I think I can build my own stage. And it was the most terrifying thing that I had ever done. I felt so scared. Little on me, right? Thank you, Michelle. I felt so scared. Who here feels scared? Feel scared to be vulnerable, feel scared to share their story. You feel like if you start to really open up, you don't know what to say, or what are people are going to think, or you're going to be judged, or somebody's not going to like it, or what if you screw it up, or what if you mess it up? Because what happens so many times, if you're not seeing the results you desire to see in your business, you're letting the voice of doubt and the voice of fear drive, and that is not the vibe. And so something I did right very early on was I said, I'm going to get this frequency of being seen in person, and I'm going to nail it. And I decided to let go of the voice of doubt, and I decided to move and walk with fear, and I decided to claim myself as the natural born leader that I was. Because there's something here, and I really want to play with this here, because we have to be able to see ourselves in our full power before anyone else can see us in our full power. And every single one of you, I bet you have one area of your life right now where you see yourself in your full power. And I want you to tell me what it is. And I'm going to share with you my example. So what happened for me, I was able to see my full power as like a bomb sales executive. I nailed it. I knew how to work the system, I was working with doctors and surgeons and hospitals, and I knew it. And I saw my power in that way. And because I saw my power, everybody reflected that back to me in that lane. They respected me. I was a very well-known consultant in that industry because I knew my power. Now, where I did not know my power was the way that I love myself. I didn't see my own worth. I didn't understand how to love myself. I I didn't have the depth to me then that I have now. And it makes me sad a little bit because it's like, I wish I would have known. Fuck, I was not going to cry. I wish I would have known like what I understood, what I understand now about like soul alignment and purpose and mission and possibility and manifesting and like what life can be. I wish I knew that then, but I didn't. I knew what other people told me I needed to know. I knew that I was as valuable as the world told me. I knew that I was supposed to fit into this stupid box that I didn't like fitting into. And I didn't see my power in any of it. And so while I saw my power in that one place, that was what was reflected back to me. And then in relationships, I didn't see my power in relationships and romantic relationships. And so other people didn't see my power. And I did not understand what I'm sharing with you today about being seen, because being seen just isn't just about being seen on the internet or being seen on a stage. It's about being seen for your heart and your soul and the divinity that lives within you, that peace of God that lives within you. You have to be able to see that in yourself before anybody else can see it. And so what happened for me is as I began in 2016 to begin to build my own stage, even after I'd been invited on the Hay House, I felt scary because I was willing to put myself out there in a new way. I was willing to be a natural born leader and begin to shift the consciousness of the way people saw things. I was willing to break the freaking rules for the first time. And I've always been a rule breaker, but like really break the rules. I was able to say, I don't give a flying, you know what you think. This is me. I'm going to put myself in my power. I'm going to surround myself with people that elevate me, and I'm going to keep going no matter what. And that's the unstoppable frequency here. That is the unstoppable frequency here. And so I want you all to think about, where is the place and space right now where you see your power and you feel your power. And oh, Kezia, white feather just landed on your desk. That's amazing. And then where are the spaces and places that you still need to see your own power? And I mean it when I say I'm in the room for the breakthrough too, because I know I myself haven't even scratched the surface of seeing my own power, because I'm amazed every single time, every single month, every single day. I'm amazed at the results that are dropping in my clients' world and my world. It's like, oh my gosh, we're doing it again, and we're going bigger and we're expanding, and every single step of the way it feels scary. And so that's when I've got to begin to be available for a new quantum leap, because I've got to understand, what is my unique soul blueprint? Are my alignment arrows pointed up into the quantum field of possibilities? Am I speaking my soul often and regularly and confidently? And am I willing to make moves in alignment that look like that? And so the thing is you have the power. You have the power. You have the power. And I'm saying this a lot on purpose, because if you're not getting what you want, it's because you haven't seen your own power. You haven't tapped into that frequency of confidently sharing your story. You haven't begun to play with the energetics of quantum leaping. Or you're not in alignment with your unique soul blueprint. And so when you understand you're the missing piece, it's inside you. It's about an unlayering. It's about a willingness to look stupid. It's about a willingness to show up and see yourself. And if other people think you look silly, who cares? It's about really opening up to spaces and places that are going to fill you and fuel you, and linking arms and saying, together we rise. Because I can tell you right now, doing this alone is not fun. Doing this alone, you do not create that unstoppable momentum. And it's not what you're meant to do. And so what I want to go back to that space and place of the frequency of being seen in person and being seen on the internet. Because as I began to build my own stage, and like I said, that first talk that I gave in person, that was just me building my own stage, I was a nervous wreck. I began kicking over water bottles, walking to the stage. It took me a moment to gather. And after about 10 minutes, I took a deep breath and I closed my eyes and I reset my energy and I opened my heart and I began to connect to my channel, and words started flowing through me. And there was a frequency that started flowing through me, and I can see energy, and I started seeing hearts open, and I started seeing people feel their power, and I started seeing and feeling the response from the audience, and everything was coming in, and the energy was shifting, and people were being empowered. And at the end of it, I was in my flow, and I was in my vibe, and I said, I have a gift. I have a gift, and this is such a big piece of what I meant to do. And after that, I walked away with confidence. I walked on that stage a scared little girl, and I walked out feeling more empowered and more excited than I ever had before. And I said, this is what I meant to do. And a few days later, after that one, there was 13 or 14 people. I have a picture of it. I'm going to share it in this group with y'all. There was 14 or 15 people there. And one girl said to me, she messaged me and she said, Suzanne, you changed my entire life in that one talk. And that was all I needed. The one girl, yep, girl awakened, exactly. One girl said to me, you changed my life through sharing your story. And I thought, wow, if with 14 people in the room or 13 people in the room, whatever it was, if I could change one life, are you kidding me? Look at the possibilities. And so I began to continue to quantum leap. And next thing you know, my retreats are being sold out, and more people are buying my book, and thousands of people have bought my book. And then Mind Valley is calling me, and I'm speaking at Mind Valley internationally. And then I'm end up on the TEDx stage. And then my TEDx talks reach 3.2 or almost 3.2 million people. And I'm attracting high level clients, and I'm standing on corporate stages, and I'm speaking on more stages than I can even know what to do with. And at this point, I'm starting to get the frequency of being seen on the internet, because for the first few years, I didn't do it right. And I'll tell you why I didn't do it right. Because I did not understand that the way that we can really connect online. There were some things that I did right in the beginning in Facebook's groups with connecting with people. There were some things that I did right, but I knew I could have done it better. And so my intention is to collapse time and space for you and help you do it better starting now. And so we have to realize that these little devices, who, first of all, let me ask you, I know a lot of you want to speak on stage, and I know a lot of you want to be seen more on the internet. Who here feels like they love posting on social media? Tell me your relationship with social media. Do you love it, or are you like, wah, 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 like, I'll have to post on the internet. Wait, they tell me I have to post 3 times a day. I got to post 3 times a day. I can't even post 1 time a day. Wait, I have to learn these reels, and then what is this? And then there's trending audio, and then what is it? How do you feel about it? Not a fan, unfortunately. Don't love it. Hate it. I heard it out. Lately, I love it, but wasn't that way before. So, depends what I'm posting. No talking from me. I love sharing, but feel disempowered when no one seems to respond. That, Lizzie, that right there. My relationship with social media is getting better, and I'm learning to have fun with it as a creative expression. It gets tiring. Since I started being more authentic and flowing with it, it's getting better. Okay. So when you think about being seen, the frequency translates in person and online. And the idea here is that we're activating both, because you need both. I mean, the world that we live in, you have this at your fingertips. I can literally go anywhere in the world with this and do almost everything I need to do for work. And it is one of the most freeing and sometimes not freeing things you can do, because you got to learn to put it down sometimes. However, it's there, and it is a tool, and it is something that you can use to be seen, and it is a way that you can quantum leap your business. Okay? So when you can begin to look at social media as a place to speak your soul, as a place to turn on that frequency of being seen, and you can see and feel your own power first. I want to say that. Remember the stories I was telling you before my awakening. I didn't see my own power first, and so therefore nobody saw it in most lanes in my life. But the one lane I saw it in, everybody saw it. And then now, as I've learned to see my own power every next step of the way, more and more people see my own power. And so this one piece is very important to this. And there's some inner work behind this. And I want you to just to really begin to really get really real with yourself around how much of your own power that you see and that you feel. And so, yep, it's not just about seeing, it's about feeling it. It's about letting that love in. My book, Quantum Vibes, I talk about letting the love frequency in. It's about letting that love frequency in. You have it in you. You already have it. You are the missing piece. So when we think about this frequency of being seen on the internet and in person, it's up to us. It is up to us to claim it, and it is up to us to create a space and place where we love to show up. So if you think about your mission, your vision, I started off talking about you need to have a vision. You have a vision to speak on a stage. You have a vision to be a leader. You have a vision to make more money. You have a vision for people to see your power. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in this room with me. And so you've got to really think about what is the frequency of being seen that you're showing up with, both in person and on the internet. And I'm going to talk about both. So when you're online and you can show up, you can see yourself, you see your power, and you show up from this authentic space of, I'm gonna show up. I'm going to open up my heart. I'm going to speak my soul. I'm going to be so connected to my unique soul blueprint. My alignment arrows, my energy, my intention, my power is connected up into the quantum field of possibilities. I'm connected to quantum vibes. And what that means is I have personal power. And what that means is I have a sure thing frequency. And what that means is I have the unstoppable energy, because I understand that where my alignment arrows are is what my reality is going to show me. And when it looks like it's not working, or when it feels tiring, or when no one's responding, I am going to hold the frequency of where it is that I want to go, because I'm shifting, because I'm changing, because I'm in a quantum leap right now. I'm having a shift right this second. And when you begin to show up from a space and place of, how can I look at these heartbeats, these buttons on the internet as heartbeats, and not likes, and not numbers, and not like a chore. And when you begin to build authentic connection, and when you begin to see the human on the other side of it, and when you make it more about sharing your story from your most grounded, powerful, open-hearted place, you speak your soul, there is a natural magnetism, and there's a frequency to it. This is the energetics. And people are going to find you. And you're going to have dream clients in your DMs asking how they can work with you. And you're going to have people coming to your website and filling out the inquiry, asking if they can hire you to speak. And you're going to have people coming over and say, hey, you look pretty cool, and I just want to be your friend. And you're going to have people coming over and saying, I see this thing that you're hosting, and I want to be part of it. And so you have the power. You are the missing piece. And when you can begin to show up in this space and in this way on the internet, the game changes. But where do most people go wrong? So while I'm saying this, if you can see where you go wrong, put it in the chat. Let me know. Because most likely where you're going wrong is you're doing social media very robotic. You're doing it from a mind space. You're doing it from what you're supposed to do. You're doing it to check a box, like did that. And there's not any real heart in it. There's not any soul alignment in it. There's not any of your unique essence and your unique magic. Most likely you might be trying to use what somebody else has found works for them, but that works for them. It's in alignment with their unique soul blueprint. So it might work for you, but it might not. This is why everything that I teach, when you come and you're in a room with me, and when you're in one of my programs, I am going to teach you not the one way to do it. I'm going to teach you how to find alignment with your unique soul blueprint. Because when you find that, you have unleashed and unlocked your most powerful frequency of being seen and being unstoppable. Now, sometimes when you put on something on the internet, and I'll say I'm guilty of this too, even today. You put something on the internet and you don't get the response that you thought you were going to get, and you're like, where are the people? It's like, what happened? I thought this was going to like va-va-voom go, and the interwaves were going to take it, and it was going to show it to all the people, and then everyone was just going to be rushing in my inbox, and then I got nothing. Anybody relate to that? So what we've got to do is we've got to learn the energy. We've got to learn the energy and the strategy to set ourselves up to win. So there's the energetics, there's the mindset, there's the alignment, there's the confidence, the courage, the speaking your soul, all of it. And then there's the strategy. And a big piece of the strategy, which also is in alignment with the energetics, is taking your alignment arrows into the quantum field of infinite possibilities. Let me tell you what I mean by this. If you post something and you don't get the response that you want, and then what happens is your alignment arrows go, zoop, why aren't they watching? Zoop, where are all the paying clients? Zoop, nobody heard that amazing story I just told. I just did a live stream and I poured my heart out and no one freaking heard it. And when we're in that energy, why am I even doing this? I posted this and no one saw it. I posted this program that I've been putting all of this energy into and no one, 3 people bought and I wanted 11. Or whatever it is. When we're doing that, our alignment arrows are in no man's land. We've lost our personal power because our energy is looking at what is not working instead of what is. And so this is a mindset rewiring over and over and over again that we've got to learn to put our alignment arrows up into the quantum field of infinite possibilities, but you've got to have the other pieces of the formula. And the other pieces of the formula is that you're always looking for a quantum leap. You're always open and available for a quantum leap. And if you don't know how to do that, then come with me. Come be in a room with me and you will understand how to begin to create quantum leaps, because all you have to do is come be in the room and I'll shift the energy for you. That is what happens at my in-person events. You most likely might not understand how to come into alignment with your unique soul blueprint. And if you don't understand how to come into alignment with your unique soul blueprint, there's a few things that I can tell you. 1, this is a process. 2, you've got to stop allowing the voice of doubt to drive, and the voice of fear to drive, and the voice of shame to drive, and the voice of whatever else, what other contracted energy you've been allowing to drive. We all do it, myself included. And you've got to start allowing your heart and your soul and that piece of you that's calling for more to drive. Who here feels like there's more? Who here feels like they haven't even scratched the surface of what's possible for them? Who here knows that their soul is calling for more? I want you to claim it. I want you to let me know. Because if you feel that, it is in alignment with your unique soul blueprint to stop stalling on your dreams and start moving. It is up to you. You have the power. You are the missing piece. So you've got to align your mindset. You've got to align your energy. You've got to get in alignment with your unique soul blueprint, and that's your ticket. You've got to be willing to open up to quantum leaps over and over and over again. And you've got to understand how to speak your soul, because when you understand how to speak your soul and you open your heart and you begin to show up confidently, you are a magnet for the people that you're meant to serve. And that means that you're a magnet for the TEDx stage if that's what's meant for you. And if you have the dream in your heart, it's meant for you. You're a magnet for corporate contracts if that's what's meant for you. And if you have that dream in your heart, that's what's meant for you. You're a match for soulmate dream clients popping up out of thin air. It happens in my world all the time. Literally, I look around and I am like, oh my gosh, I am amazed. I'm amazed at the level of support. I'm amazed at the level of support that's shown up for me. I'm amazed at the clients that I get to serve. It is good because I created it this way. I did it this way in a way that's in alignment with my unique soul blueprint, and it's the most fulfilling thing that you can ever do. And so when we're trying to be seen and we're not being seen, we're not seeing our full power, and we're trying to follow somebody else's process that's not in alignment with our unique magic and our unique gifts. And so you've got this frequency thing. Do you feel it? Can you feel the energy right now? And I know some of you are saying like the energy in the room. Yes, this is it. It's like you open up the channel, you allow your soul to flow through you, and you begin to open hearts and you begin to activate souls. And that is how we each do our own ripple effect. And so the idea is not, one of us is not meant to do this alone. No one is supposed to come here and have all the success. That's not the vibe. The vibe for me is let's go. Let's link arms. Let's see each other's power. Let's see each other as the leaders, as the visionaries that we are. Let's believe in each other. Let's create something amazing, and let's all go get it together. And you know what? When you understand energy and manifesting the way that I do, you understand that it's possible for everybody. And it's not like because you have something I don't, don't. In fact, it's the opposite. If you've done something, you're showing me on a conscious and a subconscious level that it's possible for me. And so, unique soul blueprint. I have a gift. You have a gift. My gift is extraordinary and your gift is extraordinary. And the more that we rise, the more potential that we show as possible. And the more we start plugging into quantum vibrations, and the more we start changing and quantum leaping. And when we start quantum leaping together as a whole, exactly, synergy, the world changes. And that's what we're all meant to do. Can I get an amen? So I want to touch a little bit more on this frequency of being seen, of the frequency of being seen on the internet and the frequency of being seen in person. So the in-person thing. Yes, exactly. The in-person piece of this energy is, how many of you, when you have ever been in a room and someone walks in and you feel their energy, you feel their presence, and it's like, who's that? You walk into a room, it doesn't matter what room it is, and you see that somebody walks with swagger. They walk with a knowing of their own power. Because this is what we've got to learn to embody for ourselves. Because no one is going to see this in us until we see it in ourselves. And so I can tell you right now, when I walk out onto a stage, and for those of you that have been in the room with me at one of my events, if you felt this from me, tell me. When I walk out onto a stage and I'm in my alignment and I'm speaking my soul and the channel is open, there is a frequency that is felt. And when that frequency is felt, your heart bursts open and you're growing and everyone in the audience is growing, and it's like breakthroughs for everybody. You get a breakthrough and you get a breakthrough and you get a breakthrough and you get a breakthrough. Breakthrough, breakthrough, breakthrough. It's like the Oprah of breakthroughs. And the magic comes because you've seen your own power. You've said yes to quantum leaping. You've become in alignment with your unique soul blueprint. You've turned the dial up on your own heart magnetism. You understand how to speak your soul. And when you do that, the game changes. Now, there's walking on a stage and being felt, but you're showcased, and that's amazing. And then there's something that's actually harder to hold, and that's the frequency of being seen everywhere else. So for example, you walk into the grocery store and you're shopping, and all of a sudden you end up in a conversation with somebody. It just so happens that their best friend needs exactly what you have. Who has this ever happened here for? This happens to me all of the time. And it's like I'm speaking to someone, they want to know. I'm not walking around, I'm not going to the grocery store saying, how am I going to manifest a client today in the grocery store? Who here is going to be here that can pay me? That's not what I'm doing. I'm minding my own business and I'm holding my energy. My alignment arrows are up. I'm doing what I need to know. And I know God and the divine and the universe teeing me up. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, there's people, Zoom. So-and-so wanted to book a TEDx talk and they're right here. So-and-so had a need for a corporate client, somebody to come in and do a corporate workshop. Boom. Somebody else wanted to learn manifesting. Somebody, wanted a place of rooms and retreats where they could go and build a community and start to connect with a new community. Zoom, 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 zoom. They find me and they'll find you too. And so when you can, exactly, Lizzie, boom, that right there. She's saying a stranger asked her if she was a healer out of the blue. That's what happens. When you walk into a room that's an event or a retreat and you're in the audience, and this has happened here, I can tell you this has happened to everybody at my events, and this happens to me when I go to retreats. It's like you end up and there's a synchronistic thing and you meet the right person that needs exactly what you have, or you meet the right person that has exactly what you need. And it's like zoom, zoom, zoom. And you really start connecting, and you're connecting in a new way. And it's like you're having that frequency of being seen. Who has experienced that? And so what we've got to begin to do is we've got to begin to look at what is our part. What is our part in this? And what do we need to do to move forward? And so I want to take just a second to look at my notes here because I had a lot of things that I wanted to say. And when you think about being seen in your full power, what is the role that you're most comfortable of being seen in? And I want you to get vulnerable here, because we can be comfortable as, like I said, a corporate leader, a mother, a sister, a father, an auntie, a community leader, a volunteer, whatever it is. There's roles that we're comfortable being seen in, and that's where we've seen our power. And then we've got to look at the roles that we're not comfortable being seen in. Person on the internet that shares vulnerably. Person on the internet that asks people, invites people into their programs. We've got to be willing to look at this. Now, I want to talk a minute about the dynamics of that unstoppable frequency and how we can activate feminine magnetism. This is for women and for men. So feminine magnetism, if you think about masculine and feminine energy, this matters so much with creating a business that's in alignment with your unique soul blueprint. Because if it's unbalanced, you're going to be attracting unbalanced people. And, I talk about this in Quantum Vibes. When we manifest matter to matter, we're pushing, it works. This is the way that the world operates. Push, force, grind, hustle, zoom. It's tiring. It's exhausting. It's overdone. Yes? But what if we could open up to this unstoppable frequency that's like, I'm going to come into alignment with my unique soul blueprint. My alignment arrows are going to be into the quantum field. I'm going to feel my power. I'm going to do my part. I'm going to understand how to open my heart. I'm going to understand how to speak my soul. I'm going to begin to put one foot in front of the other, and I'm going to magnetize. And that is the unstoppable energy. When you are magnetic. And you are magnetic when you understand the energetics of how to tell your story. When you understand the energetics of being vulnerable but still in your grounded power. When you understand the art of storytelling. Because the storytelling is what is going to magnetize your clients to you. How many of you, when I told pieces of my story, you could see yourself? When I got upset a little bit earlier and I was crying because I didn't see my power for so many of those years, did that land with any of you? Because you've got to be willing to share your story in the most authentic and powerful way that you can. And most of us are scared to be that open and be that vulnerable, because what are people going to think? But I'm going to tell you right now that your vulnerability is your biggest superpower. And it doesn't mean that you have to go share every single vulnerable thing that's ever happened to you. It means that you begin to open your heart and you begin to walk with one foot in front of the other, proud of the person you are, of the person that you've been, and of the person that you're becoming. And so sorry, let me get a sip of water. Your success, your income, and your visibility is the frequency of being seen, are dependent on three main things. Okay? So the first, you have been talking about them the whole time, your alignment with your unique soul blueprint. And let me tell you why. When you think of a car, has anyone ever tried to drive a car where the wheels were out of alignment with the way that the steering wheel was going? It's basically very tough to drive it. It's like you can't go anywhere. You're having to force it. You're having to push. There's no flow. You feel like you're going to hit that car. If you go off road, oh my gosh, forget it. It's like when you're not in alignment with your unique soul blueprint, there's a disconnect in your own level of magnetism. And the way that you come into alignment with your unique soul blueprint is you've got to be willing to go within. You've got to be willing to open up your heart. You've got to be willing to hear your own soul. And you've got to be willing to hand the keys of the ignition of what is driving your life, what's making the decisions, what you're doing every single day, to your highest, wisest self. And the thing is, it's not going to be predictable, and you cannot predict it. And when you really think about this, it's like the most exciting, amazing things that happened inside of my life, I could have never predicted. I had a big vision. I wanted to do these things. The vision was there. The intention was there. The alignment arrows were there. But it wasn't like this was the only one way and that had to work. And if that didn't work, then I was a failure. So alignment with your unique soul blueprint is an art. And this is something that we do over and over again in my world, okay? So you're in the right place. The second piece is your willingness to quantum leap. Your willingness not just to quantum leap once, but to continue to quantum leap and quantum leap and quantum leap over and over again. And let me tell you about this. So in the Atoms Actualization Activation, where I show you really how to align your personality with your soul and with this is a blueprint into the quantum field, okay? So when you understand that the quantum leaping is a huge part of what is going to get you seen, aka more clients. So remember, your income, your success, your visibility is directly tied to this. And the reason it's directly tied to this is because you want a quantum leap, right? Is everyone here ready for a quantum leap? Meaning you want to make more money in a way that doesn't make sense, in a way that feels exciting, in a way where you collapse time. It's like you literally want to be able to make more money. You want to be able to have more people come into your world with ease and grace. You want to feel in your power. You want to just be so accelerated. It's a quantum freaking leap. And so good. Many of you are saying you're ready for a quantum leap. You have to be willing and ready for a quantum leap. Now, here's what keeps people stuck from the quantum leaps. They're too busy living in what's realistic and what's right in front of them and not believing in their own power and therefore not showing up. So what happens, like I said earlier, there's so many people that want to give a TEDx talk. There's so many people that want to quantum leap their money. There's so many people that want to be a thought leader. There's so many people that are like, I'm going to do this thing, but there's not enough people that are willing to do what it actually takes to get there. And so what that means is that sometimes there might have to be some hard conversations with people you love. What that means is there might have to be a little bit of heart healing that you're going to have to do. What that means is that you might have to actually practice of getting vulnerable, of sharing your story and of putting yourself out there in a new way. And so if you want a quantum leap, it's like, what do you need to do? And only you know, but you're not doing it. So how many of you have had these desires and you've been sitting on them and you've been stalling? I want to know. Because a lot of times we're not creating a quantum leap because we're stalling. We're stalling, we're sitting, we're not going anywhere, okay? So there was something that I wrote that I want to read. So when you align with your unique soul blueprint, you will naturally be seen by the right aligned clients. And too often that we're trying to be seen by everybody, and we're trying to be seen in a way that's inauthentic to our natural gifts and our unique story. This is how we miss the quantum leap. Because we're trying to have a quantum leap in somebody else's process, somebody else's path. So unique soul blueprint, you've got to talk to the people that are meant for you. And when you do that, you're going to begin to create a quantum leap. It's part of aligning. There was another thing. Gosh, I wrote so many things. Now, I'm going to tell you the third piece, then I'll go here. And then I'm going to tell you the awesome exercise that we have to do that's going to help us all begin to have a quantum leap. Your confidence in the way that you tell your story. Who here feels confident telling their story? This is very important. When you feel confident that you can hold a microphone and share your story, you will create a quantum leap because you have to feel confident in that. And so what you really want to begin to do is open up to how confident do I feel and what do I need to do to feel more confident. And oftentimes you just have to start showing up and telling it. And you can practice by hitting live on the internet. Okay? Now, who here feels excitement around their next steps in their journey? And who here feels fear? Because I'm going to tell you something that's going to change the game for you. And the excitement, the frequency of excitement and fear are so close. They're so close. Fear and excitement are so close. And guess what? You are the missing piece. You have the power. You get to decide which one of those frequencies you anchor into. And so when you're feeling fear in your body, and it will come up, trust me, it will come up, because I can tell you, even at this level, at every next level, I'm ready for my own quantum leap. And when it's second, I'm ready for my own quantum leap, all the fear and all the doubts and all the old insecurities, they come up, and I have to sit there and I have to look at them and not plug into them. So this is the alignment arrows up piece, okay? Now, when fear is the dominant frequency, you stay stalling in your dreams. You stay unseen. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. When fear is the dominant frequency, you stay stalling in your dreams and you stay unseen. And you're definitely stoppable. Okay, just a cold hard truth. When excitement and possibility and alignment arrows up is the dominant vibration, you open the door for quantum leaps. The right people see you, things begin to flow, you're on track and you're unstoppable. So how can you rearrange the energy to be excitement, not fear? How can you rearrange that? You have the power. You are the missing piece. Now, I have so much more. I have so much more that I want to say here. And this is part 1 of part 2. And I have an exercise that's going to give you a chance to be seen in a new way. And some of you very well manifest new clients just from this exercise. But I don't want you doing it with the intention of manifesting new clients. I want you doing it with the intention of building connections and opening your heart. And so I'm going to share with you this exercise. But before I share with you this exercise, I want to share with you what I have coming up. And I want to share with you a way to continue this conversation with me in a way that's going to help you come more into alignment with your unique soul blueprint, that's going to help you plug into quantum leaps, and that is going to help you to share your story confidently. Okay? So I have a leadership summit coming up. Who here is already going to be in the room for the Quantum Success Leadership Summit? It is happening May 31st, June 1st, and June 2nd. And it's happening live in Newport Coast, California, just outside of Laguna Beach. When you come into this room with me and you're there in the energy, imagine being in this energy for 3 days with extraordinary humans and really being able to create a quantum leap, because that's the intention of this entire leadership summit, is that you connect with amazing community, that you open your heart, that you create a quantum leap in your life and business, and that you come into alignment with your unique soul blueprint. And this will happen in 3 days. I can guarantee you. I've been doing this. All you have to do, come in the room and open your heart, and I do the rest. And it is amazing and it is brilliant, and we are going to have fun. Now, if you want to come and you cannot be in the room, there's a live stream ticket available. So you can tune in just like this and you still receive the energy. It's so much better to be there in person if you can. But if you can't, the live stream ticket is the next best thing. Now, I'm going to take this a step further. So Team Suzanne just put the link right here for you. So if you want to register today, I'm going to do something special for anybody that registers today. And if you already have your ticket, you get it too. So don't freak out. But I want to keep telling you something else. Because what we also did was we created a quantum speakers bundle. For those of you that want to learn from me, that you're like, Suzanne is my mentor. I feel activated. I feel open. And I want to come be in the room. And I want to learn to speak my soul. And when you learn to speak your soul, as I've talked about, you're going to be seen in new ways where you can't even begin to imagine. And so the Quantum Speakers Bundle, this is a limited time bundle. And what it includes is a ticket to the Quantum Success Leadership Summit, and you get to choose either in person or virtual. It includes my Speak Your Soul program, which is everything that you need to know to come into alignment with your unique soul blueprint in regards to telling your story and being seen in that way. It's the art and the energetics of storytelling. It's the architecture of the talk. It's my process of how I've learned to channel, speak, and I begin to share that with you. It is what you need to begin to heal your relationship to social media, because when you can show up in that Speak Your Soul energy on social media, the game changes, I promise you. And so it includes the Speak Your Soul program, which you get instant access to right away, now, the second you buy it. And then the other piece that you get is the Mic'd Up and Making Money 4-day broadcast that I did. And in the Mic'd Up and Making Money, I shared what I did to really create the magnetism around my TEDx talk. I shared what I did to create quantum leaps in speaking. I'll have to honestly go back and look, because it was 4 days of just genius riffs about building your own stage, about making money, about booking paid speaking gigs. And so all of this is over $2,000 if you were to buy it individually. And the bundle, bundle special is $9.99. Okay. And so this is for you if you're like, I know I'm meant to speak on stages. I know I'm ready to be seen. I know I'm a thought leader. My soul is calling me for more. I want to do this with grace and with openness and with expansion. And I'm ready to go. So the options here are either the Quantum Success Leadership Summit. If you're like, Suzanne, I want to learn more from you. I want to do more from you. We still have module 2 of this masterclass. I am not going anywhere. I will be here. This is my life's work. But if you're like, you're ready for a quantum leap now, you're ready to come into alignment with your unique soul blueprint now, you're feeling it, then this is a brilliant next step. Now, the other thing that I'm going to do is anyone that buys today, the Quantum Success Leadership Summit, or the bundle is going to get a complimentary broadcast day with me, meaning we'll be in a channel together. And I'm going to be really showing you how to collapse time and space and create the next quantum leap in your business in a way that's in alignment with your unique soul blueprint. So if you're already coming to the Quantum Success Leadership Summit, you'll be able to jump in on that day as well. And I wanted to just create some energy and some excitement and really just say thank you for those of you that are ready to make a move and ready to jump in to one of these offers. So the links are there. If you need the link, just tell me that you'd like the link to either the Quantum Success Leadership Summit or the Speakers Bundle. If you've already bought a ticket to the Quantum Success Leadership Summit and you want to upgrade, you can. Absolutely. Now, good. I'm excited for those of you that want to join. We are going to have so much fun together. Now, the next part of this is twofold because I need you to be with me on module 2 because everything that I've taught here, I've been teeing you up, prepping you for what's coming in module 2. And there's an exercise in between. And so the exercise, you've got to do it in real time because if you don't do it in real time, absolutely, you can do that, Gosia. If you don't do it in real time, what's going to happen is you're going to lose the steam. And you're going to lose the activation that you felt. And so I'm going to open up an opportunity for you to get seen and feel unstoppable in this group in a new way that you never have before. And so I wrote the homework down because I want to be really specific about it. So hang on, let me just double check what I wrote. Before this masterclass, you saw yourself in a certain way. You saw yourself in a way in space where you weren't seeing your power. Otherwise, you'd have different results. Every level, me included. So for me, there's ways and spaces that I haven't seen my power, and I'm going to play too, okay? So each of you, I want you to get really clear on where is the space and place that you haven't seen your own power. Get clear on that so you're super clear. Then the second piece is, where are you going to go? Which means, what is the full throttle version of you when you're being seen and unstoppable? What is the full throttle version of you when you're being seen and unstoppable? And I want you to have crystal clear clarity on that. And so what that might mean is that that your heart is wide open. That means that you're ready for your quantum leap. I want you to infuse you into this piece. Okay. And then you're going to post it in this group. And the idea is that you don't sit around and just watch. The idea is that you participate. Because if you want to be seen, now's your chance. And I'm giving you a safe, amazing place to do that. And so when you can share, and you can share from the frequency of connection and from the frequency of your seeing your own power and you're willing to be seen in a new way, you're going to notice the way that people react. And then the other idea is that you don't just post and run away, is that you go and you see other people in their power and you comment and you connect with them and you feel what it feels like to begin to build real connections on the internet. And when you start doing that, you're going to notice the way you show up online changes. And you're going to notice that things are going to get really elevated and really fun. And so who here feels excited about this next piece? And who here is ready to be seen inside of this group? And I'm going to tell you, you have the power. You are the missing piece. So either you get to open up and you get to do this in a way that feels fun, or you get to go and hide and stall and do everything that you've been doing. And so my invitation is that you do this right now, that you don't wait, that you don't say, I'll do it tomorrow, because the idea is before module 2 that you post this. And for those of you that post, I want you engaging. And for those of you that are sitting and watching, you might as well come and engage as well. So good. There's a few of you that are excited. I'm going to play too, because this is very important. These kind of things matter. And I'm cultivating this group so that we rise together. We fly together, because I have an extraordinary gift and you have an extraordinary gift. And together we rise. No videos, images. So if there's a video, we'll delete it. So thank you for that question, Katie. I want you to learn to speak your soul in a written word. Okay. There may be another time when we do videos. Now, here's what I'll say. You want to keep this micro potency, micro. And the reason why is people can't read a novel on the internet. There's times and space for long forms. And so I want you to get artistic with this. I want you to begin to speak your soul with this. I want you to have fun with it. At micro potency. There are times and spaces where it can be effective to write a lot. Like this is a long story, part 1, part 2 kind of thing. Not on here, not for this, not right now. I want you to practice your power, and sometimes less is more. And so where can you show people about your vulnerability where you didn't see your power? And you can say like where I've been and now where I'm going, like boom. And then you can put an image with it. You can get creative with that. You can do it in any way that speaks to you. The idea is you begin to connect more and more to your unique soul blueprint. You begin to see your own power and let yourself be seen in a new way. Can you just clarify number 1? Yes, I can. So who you've been and where you're going is the idea. So who you've been. This is your chance to be vulnerable. I don't want to give examples because I don't want to put words in your mouth. I want you to have the words in your mouth. Okay? So where have you been? Where have you been? What as your life up until now, where have you played small? And where have you not seen your power? And then where are you going now? Who are you as the version of you that is fully seen? And you can take a little bit of time, meaning like a little bit of time to do it, but post it. Don't think about it. You know what? If you want to delete your post later, you can delete your post later. There's no rules. But you can also post and say, oh my God, I want to do it over. And then you can do a second one. The idea is that you're coming in and you're practicing in this safe place and you're getting that frequency of seen and unstoppable right now. And you're taking all of this energy. So are there any other questions before I complete today? And I will invite you to, I'm going to be doing some cool things in this group over the weekend. There might be some intuitive coaching threads. I don't know. I'm going to get inspired. But my idea is to really plug into this group and to really fuel this group over the weekend. And, between now and module 2. So pay attention. Make sure that your notifications are on. Pay attention to the group. Get excited. I've been one to play it safe and wait for someone to tell me I was good enough to proceed. I don't want to wait anymore. Absolutely. So you get to make your own post and put it in the group. Any other questions? And are we clear on homework? And any other questions around anything else? If you would like the details to the Quantum Success Leadership Summit, we've posted the link. You can ask for the link. We're happy to give it to you. You can DM my account directly with any questions, and it'll either be me or my team will answer your questions. If you want the Speak Your Soul bundle, this is a tremendous opportunity. The Speak Your Soul program, and normally sell it, is $1,400. So you're getting the Speak Your Soul program, a ticket to the Quantum Success Leadership Summit, and Mic'd Up and Making Money, all for under $1,000. It's a pretty amazing deal. So for those of you that you're serious about this and you're like, I'm ready. Thank you, Diana. Okay. Well, I look forward to seeing your post. I would love to hear any breakthroughs on this thread, any breakthroughs that you had today. What's special about posting your breakthroughs is you're doing a rewiring and a reprogramming of your mind. And so when you have a breakthrough and you share it, it really is a reprogramming and a rewiring. When you start reading other people's breakthroughs and they share their breakthroughs and you get to read those, then it's also a new rewiring and reprogramming. So I would love to see any breakthroughs that you've had today. What has been like feeling exciting to you? Share with us. And I am so excited to go watch you be seen and to share your stories in this group. And I will see y'all inside of the group and then also for module 2. Bye.